Hi. Swami speaking.
Namaste, Swami. How are you?
Yes, fine. Just 1 second.
No worries.
Hey, you talk. That means the phone is working. திருப்பி கூப்பிடுறேன் அவர் நேற்று ஃபோன் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க திருப்பி எனக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணுறேன் yes please.
Yes, hello, Swami. Thank you for taking my time. I understand you're busy. If your schedule's changed and you'd like me to call another time again, I understand that.
Yeah, I asked you to call at 3 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, I failed to translate the time, so I was half an hour late. Would you like me to call another time?
No, you can talk to me now.
Thank you, Swami. I appreciate that. I just wanted to check
Okay.
my understanding of the Paramarthika
Yeah,
Sata. And
yeah,
my understanding is this. So it is the
yeah,
Upadhiless Brahman, and it is not limited
yes,
by any name or form because of
yeah,
a body or
yeah.
mind complex. So without the presence of a jiva to perceive the cosmos, then what is there? An objective universe, I understand, is not real. It is just a Maya soup of potential, and everything in this
Yeah.
soup until a jiva perceives it, and then it can snap to a shape. So for me, it could be
Mm.
this, but for a dog, it manifests as this, or a spider as this, and that's how they see the world. That's how their universe manifests. And Brahman is the one keeping track. Hiranyagarbha is keeping track of this, and it manifests through the upadhis, the jiva, as the cosmos. And drishti-srishti-vada says the universe is manifesting based on my sense organs and the content of my mind, my upadhis, my body-mind complex, and my karmas. And there is only subjective experience of the cosmos which manifests differently, which I just said. And the whole universe is manifesting for them like that. But then, technically speaking, it's not right to count that plurality because we know that Maya is a Shakti of Brahman itself. And you have trained me to call Maya, to call Saguna Brahman as Maya and awareness, Paraprakriti and Aparaprakriti. And ever since then, my understanding was Vishwarupa Darshan of Krishnaji. And he granted that to Arjuna. And that's when he explained a little bit later about the nature of God. And then acknowledging anatma as separate to atma, you have said in the Aparakshanubhuti, is not right. Pervaded relationship is not real. So
Mm.
atma, anatma is atma alone. So then that makes me think if anatma is atma alone, then before I count a tree, I have to count Brahman. And if everything must collapse into ekatvam, then ignorance is Brahman too. So, if
Mm.
ignorance is Brahman, then how do we logically and confidently call the tree a tree? It is Brahman. Actually, there is no tree.
Mm.
There was only
Mm.
Brahman. And
Mm.
I've heard rumors, Swamiji, of a theory of ajata-vada from online groups, seeing other people talk about it, but I aggressively ignore it because I don't want to risk going ahead of the content that you've recommended in your study guide. So I do my best to not skip ahead and focus on what you're delivering because your study guide is very calculated. You're not just pointing in some
Mm.
direction. You're skillfully guiding me, and I don't want to interrupt that process, but I have accidentally read discussions on the internet, and I have seen with my own eyes people say things like creation did not happen, theory of ajata-vada negates existence, Ishvara Jiva Brahman itself, because Brahman itself is a concept, and we're going beyond the upadhis. So then I have two questions, but for me to ask if you could be so kind to help me out, but I have to ask, is what I've said so far correct?
Okay. There
Before
is nothing wrong, but I would like to add a few notes.
Yes.
See, in Vedanta, sometimes we say Anatma is Brahman. And sometimes we say Anatma is different from Brahman.
Yes.
So, since both statements we make, sometimes this may create a confusion that we are contradicting.
Yeah.
So, we have to note that Anatma is neither totally different from Brahman, nor is it totally identical with Brahman.
Okay.
Okay, so what we want to say is Anatma is of a lower order of reality.
Yes.
And whatever is of a lower order of reality, it is neither totally identical with the higher order, nor is it totally different from the higher order.
Okay. All right.
And therefore we can say Anatma is Brahman, Anatma is not Brahman. Ultimately it is undefinable. You cannot define it as identical or different. So sometimes to communicate something we treat as though it is different. Especially for a junior student, when we talk about Atma Anatma Viveka, we differentiate. But later when we come to Advaitam, to establish Advaitam, we will say that there is no such thing called Anatma. Brahman alone is appearing as Anatma, therefore Brahman alone is there. If this point is clear to you, I don't have to discuss further. Is it clear?
Yes. But I did have one
Yeah.
question.
Then that is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So my question is, when they're mentioning ajata-vada and that creation did not happen, is this what they're trying to say here? Are they saying that if you ask a vivarta and do you see this tree? And they will say, yes, I see the tree, but the tree is really Brahman. And I see that as a subtle,
Yeah.
I see that as and I could be incorrect, but I see that as a subtle form of duality. And I think that, just intuitively, I haven't gone to the Mandukya Upanishad or the Karika, but to me it says that we can't count the tree because the tree is Brahman. If we count the tree, then that's creating duality. And that the tree didn't happen
So here
because the
also I
tree is
would
Brahman.
like to add, you complete it, then I will add 1 or 2 points.
Yes, okay. So just to wrap it up, my complete understanding is that I can't count the tree because to say that Brahman became the tree is duality, so I can only call the tree as Brahman. Otherwise I enter duality.
Yeah. Okay. So are you over? Shall I talk?
Yes, that's it. Sorry, Swami. Yes, you please.
Yeah, right. So, see, the word ajata-vada has to be properly understood.
Okay.
We have to say both statements that world is born out of Brahman. Seemingly, world is not born out of Brahman really. Therefore, both statements are okay. World is born out of Brahman, world is not born out of Brahman. But in both statements, we should not put a full stop. We should add an appropriate clause. World is born out of Brahman, comma, seemingly. World is not born out of Brahman, really. If these two clauses are not added properly, it will be confusion.
Yeah, it's very confusing. So
Okay,
I can't.
I will add one more sentence. One more sentence I will add. World is not born out of Brahman, comma, really is called ajata-vada. World is born out of Brahman, comma, seemingly is equal to mithya jati-vada.
Yes.
In all the other Upanishads, we talk about mithya jati-vada. In Mandukya, we talk about ajata-vada. Many people think they are different, but they are not different. It is like telling the cup is half full and another person says cup is not half full. It's not contradiction.
Okay. All right. So,
Hmm.
all right. So I need to just keep studying and wrap my head around this, or
Hmm.
yes. Okay. I'll put this back down and I'll keep studying.
Hmm.
Do you think, based on my answers, I put it down, or should I keep contemplating it?
Yeah, this is fine, but you can include Mandukya also in your study because Mandukya has got so many very important points, and therefore you can plan it in your study at some time.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm currently at lecture 25 of Aparakshana Bhuti. So hopefully I come up to that soon.
Yeah, yeah. You can take your own time, but you have to do it.
Yeah. Is it okay to it's not okay to skip ahead to Mandukya?
Yeah, nothing wrong. You can do that also because you are reading and these kinds of questions are coming. Therefore, you can complete Avarokshanubhuti, do Mandukya. It will be a longer study. Then again, you can do the rest.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Thank you, Swami. I'll let you go now. You've been absolutely amazing with your generosity of your time. I really appreciate it, Swami. I hope you have a really good night.
Okay, thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.